Hi, this is Faith and Literacy, and welcome to part 6 in a series that I'm calling Building the Foundations for Reading Success. Here, I'm going to focus on vocabulary and what you can do at home or in school to help expand your child's word knowledge. So, if you are a classroom teacher, a specialist of any kind, a homeschooling educator, or a parent, don't go anywhere. And if you haven't, please hit that follow button and all the buttons. Share, like, save this, and follow me. Also engage in this video and other videos by asking questions. So I want to get into vocabulary because vocabulary development is crucial for reading comprehension. Children need to understand the meaning of words in order to comprehend the text that they read. And of course, we know that comprehension is our ultimate goal. Now, throughout this video, I am going to be connecting you to just a sample of some of the vocabulary resources that I have at faithandliteracy.com. So please go check them out. You can click the link in my bio, or you can go directly to faithandliteracy.com. Now, one of those resources that I have is the editable vocabulary and spelling activities bundle packet. Now, this is a unique bundle that offers a dynamic blend of hands-on learning and customizable activities that are suitable for elementary kids, but as well as middle school and even high school kids. Because the great thing is it's customizable. Now, it includes vibrant vocabulary and spelling graphic organizers, editable weekly activity pages that's going to cater to individualized learning needs. It also has interactive flashcards covering both vocabulary words and those essential parts of speech. Now, because this is editable materials, you're turning your language lessons into a delightful and memorable experience for your students and your kids. And what's also great, it includes vocabulary and spelling data sheets. It allows educators and parents to monitor a child's progress systematically. So, what are some of the skills that you can introduce to your children? Well, in pre-K, you're going to introduce words through conversations, through read-alouds, through interactive activities. You want to focus on building oral vocabulary by discussing the meanings of new words in the context of the stories that they're listening to. For kindergarten kids, you want to expand their vocabulary by introducing more complex words during read-alouds and discussions. Here, you're encouraging children to use those new words in their speaking as well as in their writing. This goes beyond that reading lesson. You want to continue to make sure that the students have opportunities to use these vocabulary words that they're learning. So include them in their spelling activities or their writing activities. Maybe these vocabulary words cross content areas, so you're reinforcing them in social studies or science lessons as well. Now, for first graders, you're continuing to build vocabulary through reading, writing, and discussion. Here, you're introducing strategies to help kids figure out the meanings of unfamiliar words, such as using context clues. Context clues are using words that surround that unfamiliar word in that sentence or in surrounding sentences. So students can kind of break down what's going on in the sentences to lead them to understanding what that unfamiliar word is. You are also helping students look at breaking words down and looking at word parts. So you're introducing them to affixes, those prefixes and suffixes. Prefixes is a letter or letters that are added to the beginning of a root word. A root word is a base word. A word that can have these prefixes or suffixes added to them at the beginning or the end, and then they change the meaning of the word. So a suffix is that letter or group of letters that's added to the end of a word. So an example of a prefix could be re, R-E, pre, P-R-E, un, U-N. Examples of suffixes could be ing, ed, or ly, for example. So you want to start with those suffixes and prefixes that are more common in the child's reading. So looking at suffixes like ed and ing, for example, or looking at prefixes like un or re. Now, some vocabulary activities that can be done. Well, for little kiddos, and this would go beyond the pre-K kids as well, but that's using word walls. And we want to make sure that we're using them effectively, but you want to create a word wall for the little kiddos. You want to create a word wall using pictures and words that the students and your kids encounter in their daily lives. You want to make sure that you're reviewing these words regularly and adding new words as they are being introduced. Now, there are a few resources that I have on my site, Faith and Literacy. One is a word wall activity that looks at those tier 2 and tier 3 words that can go beyond our preschool kids, looking at kindergartners and first graders and even beyond, where we focus on using word walls. And if you want to know how to use a word wall effectively, whether you're a homeschooling educator or a classroom teacher, why don't you check out my video that I have that previously was a webinar, and you can learn how to introduce word walls into your school environment, whether home or in a classroom, and use them efficiently and effectively, because that's important. Another activity is introducing the word of the day. Here you can introduce a new word each day and use it in a variety of contexts throughout the day. This is going to encourage children to use the word, and you want to encourage them to use it in their own sentences. And of course, reading every day to them, introducing picture books. Choose a picture book with a rich vocabulary. Discuss the meaning of new words as they relate to the story. Now, for little older students, context clues. You want to teach children how to use context clues to figure out meanings of unfamiliar words. And you want to have them practice the skill with short passages or even sentences. How about introducing them to graphic organizers like word maps? This is going to help them explore the meanings of new words. And they're going to look at the synonyms, the antonyms, using it in example sentences, for example. And of course, Faith and Literacy has you covered. So these are just some activities that you can use to help your kids or students build their vocabulary. I hope this was helpful. I'll check you later.